Hey guys, this is Zach here, and well, I got a new bipod. Yes, it's pretty awesome. Allows me to go up real high and makes it easy so I can film whenever I'm working on a gearbox or anything. I did work on my JG M4 with the integrated rail system, and the only things I did to it after opening up and looking all over, because I was looking at the quality of it, see what I could compare. After opening up, I pushed in the what do you call this, the fuse and the Tamai connector, and as you can see, there's now plenty of room to put a new battery, or a small battery, of course. I used to have a PEC box on this with a grip that was pressure switched to a laser within the PEC box. I removed it because it used to be right here and it was really big. It made it difficult to put it in a case or anything and take it with me. Now it's comfortable, that's easy to do. You can see it really doesn't fit the Magpul foregrip, or it's actually a four, I guess you call it like a, I don't remember the dang name, but you can see right here there's a space within the grip, so not too happy about that, but I mean it's comfortable, it's usable, makes the gun feel great. So that's done with. And then what I want to show in this video also, I was looking at my G36 and I noticed when I went over to grab the magazine, I used to have these together, taped green, and I super glued, hot glued, excuse me, this together so it would be stayed like that. And what happened, I came over, and I don't know, I don't understand how this happened, but this, other than, well actually I do, but I don't understand how it was there without me noticing. This was out quite a bit. It was like that. Now, if any of us know, the reason this can come out so easily is that it's not screwed down. So I looked at it and I saw the screw here, but I didn't understand why was it coming out so easily. So I emptied the BBs out of it and I pulled it out. This is the reason why I don't like classic Army usually when I read that they do a crummy job sometimes. This is a great example of a crummy job. The way this sticks on here, and I'm not even sure what this is really for other than it looks like it moves the BBs. The way it sticks on there, it doesn't really stick. It's there by something on the top of it holding it in place. So when you put it back in, you have to be really slow and make sure it's in position. See? That's how you put it in, which I think is a bunch of junk. This right here, this pin should be further out, and this should latch on, and there should be a little bit of a bolt on the end so it holds it in place. You can tell this is why the bottom, where the screw goes, broke. Here's where here's a piece of it. It was a piece of metal to this plastic. It was down here. It was very thin plastic. That's why it broke when the magazine was going up into the G36, because the Classic Army is not exactly the same as another G36 mag from Aries. You can see it's not as wide right here on these tabs as this one. Also the height is a little different. See that? You can actually see. Now see, if I put it even on the other side, it bumps into it. See? But if I do that on the side, so you can see the height. Also, another problem, this perfectly made right here. As you can see, I can get in, swivel, but right here it was too tight. For some reason they screwed up, so when I try to do that, it doesn't swivel. It actually tries to go in and get stuck, and that's what happened here on the top piece right here. This one broke. I tried to put it in and turn it together, and it snapped instead. And so I had to use a screwdriver. It was really hard to pull it out. But going back to how it broke, the plastic on this is flimsy, and I mean extremely flimsy on the inside. I mean, you can see this can break real easy if I want to. I just go snap. Cheap. Bunch of junk. Now the one on in the inside of this is actually more of this, almost the same material as the outside. You can tell from holding them that this is a harder material than this is the Classic Army. The Classic Army high cap mag for a G36C or G36 is actually more expensive than an Aries or Star magazine, but the Aries and Star magazine has more quality than the Classic Army magazine for G36. So that's a bunch of junk. Basically what I'm going to do is order some more of these mid caps, put them together. This one I'll hot glue this piece back on and probably not attach it to anything, since that would work. This one I'm not sure what I'm going to do other than glue maybe the bottom of this. So it'll stay like that. The reason that broke so easily, I was trying to say, the top here where the magazine goes in, I think it got caught to the hop-up and the hop-up tube, and it'd get caught and it would pull up while I'm trying to pull down. So giving you a good example, let's say I can get my finger right here very well, but I can't. This is what would happen. As I try to pull out the magazine, it was being pulled, and since the plastic on the inside was so flimsy, so ridiculous. They had a metal knob, but it was plastic around it, so the plastic broke, making this thing come out no problem. A bunch of junk. So yeah, putting this back on here, I think this is just stupid. I really don't even see the point. For real, guys, come on. Yeah, see, I'm right. It holds it in there straight when you put it in. But I mean, come on. I think it's dumb. So there's that. Other things about my videos. I'm getting a lot of hate, and reasons I'm getting hate. I hate to come on YouTube and see all the hate from a lot of haters, but it's all over YouTube regardless, no matter what you do, where you go. My game design first-person shooter actually has 5 dislikes and 2 likes, and I know for a fact that anyone that is serious in FPS should believe in those kinds of gameplay, should believe that you want the more serious type, the kind where you load it in and you go ready to go out there. But I got dislikes, and what I think is happening is someone is really being a hater, or a couple people that really hate me for whatever reason. I help out multiple people on airsoftanswers.com. I post videos for some stuff, and then I go there and I just post out a lot of help, and I still get hate no matter what I do. So it's this or that. I don't get any. What surprises me is I don't get any messages saying, "Oh, you're fat, you're ugly." I always get hate of, "You're an asshole, you're an idiot, you're a dumbass." I mean, I would think that I would get the other ones, maybe, "You're fat, you're ugly," which will probably happen now since I said that, but surprisingly, those comments don't exist right now, and they haven't. So, another little surprise, since I shipped out MW2 fans stuff, I haven't really got a message or anything. The next giveaway that I do, I think what I'm going to do is I'm only going to do it with people that have a webcam or some kind of cam to show that they got the stuff, because also I didn't get a thank you. Where's the no appreciation? I don't know. But anyways, I'm sure he's happy that he got his stuff, and so the next time I do a giveaway, I'm going to make sure that there's some guidelines, because if you're not going to be appreciative, you're not going to say thank you after you get your stuff. It's been at least 5 days, maybe longer than that. I think he got it last Tuesday, so it's almost actually a week, and I still haven't gotten a thank you or anything. You know, if I got $100 worth of airsoft stuff, I would have messaged the guy right away, oh, thank you. I mean, he did say thank you before I sent it. He said, oh, you're awesome, thank you. But I would have came back a second time and, you know, said thank you. But talking about the cool thing about it, it was maybe a month or so ago, Nothing But Airsoft did a video for me that I didn't even know. He did a shout out. And the coolest thing about it was I was actually just browsing my subscription list and watching other people's videos, and sure enough, when he said there was 3 people he was going to shout out, I thought for some reason one of them might be me. I don't know how I thought this. It's just usually my brain always tries to think outside the box, and so it's like, oh, maybe one of them's me, and then it happened to be one of them was me. So the fact that I saw it at the same time, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. He's a really cool guy. So what I did, I said I'd send him something, and which I did a few days ago. Now he should be getting it within tomorrow, the next day, and I haven't seen him online, so I think he'll be a little bit surprised at how quickly it came. So we'll expect an unboxing from that, and I'll put a link to his channel, so when he gets it, we'll see his reaction, because I like seeing reactions. You know, you unbox something, oh man, that's kind of cool, get this or that. So what this means is, please don't make a whole bunch of, everybody's going to go, I'm going to make a shout out for Zach, because you know what, I'll get something for free. No, if I could do free all the time, yeah, sure, I don't mind that, but I can't do it all the time. I just thought that was pretty cool, first time for everything. So other than that, Gears of War 3 comes out tonight, which is actually pretty much tomorrow, if you want to consider 12 a.m. It's about 20 minutes. I'm definitely going to get the game. I thought I wasn't going to get it, but I've been watching a lot of gameplay, and it looks a lot better than I expected with Gears of War 2, which I thought was kind of junky done, but this doesn't look like it's junky done right now. And on top of that, from what I've decided, I think I'm going to buy another rifle. I'm not sure yet. That I'm going for the capture card, so I'm just kind of on the fence, because I'm looking at, I like really cool rifles, but at the same time, if the rifle goes out of stock and I never see it again, I might as well get it now. I'm thinking about it, not sure what I'm going to do. So anything else to add? The heat's starting to go away a little bit. Pretty soon I'll be able to go back outside and airsoft. Can't stand the heat. Who can? So I think I've been putting off in airsoft answers that some people, they're having problems with their airsoft weapons, and they're pretty common is what they sound like. One guy, Sandal, I think it is, his G36, he's been suffering problems since probably the beginning or something like that, and I don't think he quite understands complications with airsoft weapons. So I suggested, you know, if he ships it to me, I'd fix it on the channel, upload it. The only thing he'd pay for is the shipping here and there. If I saw something that was broken, cool enough, I'm going to purchase it, get the part here, fix it, right on YouTube, show it, and I never got a reply back. But I'm looking at different types of guns. Obviously, if anyone's got a JGM4 SRS, a rail integrated system, if anyone's got one of these and they need it fixed and it's the enhanced version, you could definitely look to me. As It's a very easy gun to open up and get into compared to some others. A lot of M4s are starting to become a pain, but this one isn't actually as bad. And so, you know, people just don't have access to a bunch of hex screws that cost them more money. Get different types of screwdrivers, need really long, need small. You need to be able to drill, you need to be able to solder, you need to be able to check with a multimeter, you need to be able to do all these things. And so, like, I feel really bad for these people that use their airsoft weapons, they just bought them. Just got their airsoft weapon. And they go out and they shoot. Broken already. And they don't understand because they bring it home or they look at it and some stupid things, like for the D-Boys example that I was watching on Crazy NC Man's channel. I saw a long time ago. The wires in here, the black and red wires, are almost exactly touching. And with a metal contact, what that does is it heats it up so quickly with the battery, it fries it. There was somebody in Airsoft Answers that was talking about that, and I directed them to say, you know, it's really sad for you, it really sucks. And that really has nothing to do with quality. That just has to do with use your brain, damn it. So a lot of these guns, even though this gun is a JG gun, is not high quality, but this JG gun, this enhanced gun, has been enhanced. You can totally tell the 7th degree version of this gun. When you look at it, not only is it better stamped, I'm sure, than the other versions, it's still kind of a little thin. Seems to like to be maybe a little brittle at some point and crack or break. But you look at it and it's actually looks like to be a little thicker, getting closer to the way airsoft should be, so these guns don't break down so easily, the bodies don't break down. As well as the gun shooting on performance, it's not that bad. Sure, it does kind of lob. The hop up probably in a tight bore needs to probably be changed out, but the gun is usable. Paid $179 for it, tax and shipping under 200 bucks. Still a great gun for the price. When it breaks down, more money costs to you, but it's just these poor people don't have the ability to really fix their gun. And a lot of places, techs, they act like they know what they're talking about. They think they know what the problem is, but they really don't. And it comes down to having a lot of common sense. You look at it and you say, well, how come that problem happened? How come this happened? And really, there is no mystery to it. You just have to understand how it works. Sure, you can say there's a mystery to life, there's a mystery to this or that in the universe, but what we're talking about is specifically things that we should know how they work. So, for instance, when I heard on Airsoft Answers, guns like this having the ability to lock up in semi-automatic, I don't care if the battery is really junk. It doesn't make sense to me if it doesn't lock up in automatic but locks up in semi-automatic. It jams. Because if you're going to blame the battery as a source, you should know that when you put it in automatic, it uses more battery power. More volts is going through, it has to keep moving. So from common sense terms, there's no such thing as a lockup on semi just because of the battery. It would lock up in the automatic too, which makes no sense to, you know, suggest that. Why I look at it and I think, well, what happens when it's an automatic versus semi-automatic? The gears are spinning a lot, okay? In semi-automatic, they spin and stop, quite often to the same spot. So I would think, oh, anti-reversal latch maybe. Maybe the anti-reversal latch isn't working properly and the gears go backwards a little bit and they get jammed, which makes pretty good dang sense. I mean, that's common sense right there. And to suggest otherwise is basically a mystery, just to say, oh, it doesn't work, just use automatic, it's the way the gun is. No, there's either gears, something wrong with the piston on the teeth. I mean, you can figure it out once you look at it. Maybe it's the way it's designed. Maybe you need a different piston because the piston that's in there sucks. But from my experience, all my rifles never jam on semi-automatic. And it doesn't matter if you use a battery when it's low voltage, if it's plugged into a wall or whatnot. What matters is the quality of the way it's made. And so, you know, some people have the right answers, some people don't. I may not be 100% right about everything, but I do know when I use common sense, it gets pretty much out there, and that's it. Are you going to agree with me or not? Oh, just semi-automatic locks. It's a mystery, but you know, you just have to use automatic. All guns that start to do that's normal. Makes no sense. Come on, guys. Well, any more in this blogging for the night? Not sure. It's one of those, I just talked to the camera for a long time. That voice came out pretty funny. Try to think of what else to do. What else to go? What else do you guys think I should get for my airsoft stuff? Thinking about a nice save face mask. Yeah, maybe. That seems pretty good. Low profile save face mask. Oh, I was even thinking about building airsoft guns and reselling them. It's just that right now the prices have dropped quite a bit for airsoft weapons, and you're able to build them more, but not nearly as much as a computer. Any computer out there for retail I can build for at least, depending on how much it's put together, at least $100 less to $1,000. So these Alienware computers, these Dell computers, I save $300 to $500 and have better hardware. But as far as airsoft goes, try to build your own airsoft weapon. We're talking $300, $400, $500. You know, it's better off to use your brain and say, well, I'll buy a JGS system and then buy a JG G36 and some other JG, and then mix and match the parts and then add a few attachments, and hey, look, I made a custom gun, and resell it. I mean, that's using your brain and saying, well, you know what, it's cheaper just to buy the brand new gun, $179.99. It's better because once I buy the body, we're talking about $100 to $150, and that doesn't even give all the parts sometimes. The rail could be $100 to $200. I mean, once you add on the stock, the front sight, the flash hider, a silencer, not to mention a grip, any other tactical rails, the sight, the front sight, so we got, or excuse me, rear sight, front sight, regular sight, whatever you want to do there. I mean, you got a dust cover, you got so many parts, gearbox, you got the hop up, you got a charging handle. There's all kinds of parts here, motors, grips, triggers, selector switch, magazine release. It just goes on and on. I mean, there's even this button, I forget what this is called, the forward assist button. And then you need wires for the inside, obviously. Trigger assembly right here. How about a trigger guard plate right here? I mean, you could even put in a fake bolt. You're just going out of whack, and we just can't see that right now. It'd be kind of cool. I mean, I love building things. Ever since I was a little kid, that's what I did. I was in Legos, and I swear I would build Legoland. Funny story is, one time I took everything that I had, all this space equipment, or excuse me, space Legos, and built everything, and it was basically Legoland in my room. And I mean, this was a pretty big room, all Legos scattered out. And one of my cousins came over. It was a younger, I guess you just say girl cousin, but she got jealous because we didn't play Legos with her. My other cousin and my friend, we didn't play Legos with her, so she got jealous. Came back and totally destroyed the whole Lego room. Everything. It took me literally weeks to build everything, and if you understand, you mean, even if you go off instructions, you have to look for all those pieces if you have so many. So I sold off all my Lego stuff, but it definitely made me today very well at level designing. I mean, the way I think about how to build levels and how I look at it, it definitely helped to make it creative, to make me like it, to go ahead and, you know, build with other ways, building computers, now looking at airsoft guns to build, repairing wise, and just since I was a little kid, I did little projects. I mean, who doesn't do little projects? 4-H, science fair, whatnot. To be honest, I really hated that stuff, but I did it anyways because I like to do it my own way. I don't like to put all this science. Oh, 0.5 of feet equals such and such in distance with times bullets shot out of airsoft gun, blah. It's too much junk for me. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna go, guys, now. And YouTube has not been fixed yet. Those programmers are a piece of shit. Still making it worse than what it is. Need to fix it up. Who knows when they will, if they will. If it was me, I would just fire them and get somebody else. I mean, you don't add problems to something you already had working. It's obvious. It's time to get rid of the person. So I'll catch you guys later. Hit you with the fist. And pretty soon, we'll see some other videos. Bye-bye.